Indiana Jones ain't got nothing on me. This is the Elemental Shaman Mage Tower. Yo fam, I am Sixy. I wanted to go through my Elemental Mage Tower playthrough for you. I did this one off stream. It was a little challenging, but I think Agatha is probably one of the easier of all of the Mage Tower challenges. Before we go through the VOD and I show you guys what buttons I pushed, I wanted to go over my talents and my gear choice with you. Now, a lot of these talents are the actual talents that you would use in Mythic Plus. So the first one is Echo of the Elements that gives us 2 lava bursts. Aftershock is an ability that has a chance to refund all your Maelstrom, which allows you to cast multiple Earth Shocks or Earthquakes in a row. I went with the Static Charge totem because we're going to end up setting multiple enemies a lot, so this gets it back onto cooldown faster. Master of the Elements after Lava Burst increases our damage of Earthquake or Earth Shock. Nature's Guardian we used just so that we had a passive. Honestly, anything in this row is probably fine. We use Primal Elementalist and Stormkeeper. Stormkeeper is pretty mandatory. It's the only thing that consistently helps us deal with the ads. Now for this row here, there's some discussion about using Primal Elementalist versus Ice Fury. The idea behind using Ice Fury is to help you kill ads a lot faster, specifically the ads for Agatha's Revenge, the ones that come in and heal Agatha. Basically, honestly, it didn't do that much more damage unless I got a crit, which it already did a ton of damage when I got a crit anyways. The Ice Fury itself didn't seem to do that much more damage. So personally, wasn't a fan of this talent in the few seconds I tested it, but either one probably works overall. Kind of just depends on your playstyle and what you want. Now for our gear, we ran a complete Shadowlands set. There is not a single piece of loot in here that is not from Shadowlands. This character is normally a Resto Shaman main. I use it pretty regularly in keys. It was actually like my main second character after my Vengeance Demon Hunter. It's fallen to the wayside in favor of some more tanks. However, this is a character I've been playing for a couple of years now. So not really as an Elemental Shaman. That part was a little bit trickier, but I had played it a few times as Elemental as well. So I had at least some idea of what I was doing. However, just Shadowlands gear here. Now for consumables, we basically used a full Shadowlands setup. We had Spectral Flask of Power, the Tenebrous Crown Roast Aspic, Shadow Core Oil. We used Heavy Desolate Armor. Now we didn't really have any Veiled Augment runes because they're expensive, but I recommend that you get some if you have them. We also had Spiritual Healing Potions, Potions of Prolonged Power, and Potions of Unbridled Fury. And then also we are already a Lust class, so we did not need Drums of Deathly Ferocity or any type of Lust. All right, now let's jump into the video. All right, at the beginning of this, we're going to buff up, and then we're also going to precast a few things. We're going to precast Stormkeeper. As the fight goes on, it's going to line up less and less with your ads, so getting a couple of seconds head start on this is great. The whole RP lasts about 30 seconds, so about halfway through or a little bit more, you want to cast your Stormkeeper. As the cooldown lines up less and less, you have a little bit more leeway. It's somewhere around the 30% mark when it finally stops lining up that great. In this run, if you wait a little bit longer, it's going to be substantially sooner when Stormkeeper stops lining up. I also precast my Potion of Prolonged Power, and then I also precast my Earth Elemental because my Fire Elemental was still down from the last run. Not a big deal. They're mostly just DPS gains for us anyways. They don't do anything too special. So not having the Fire Elemental off the start is not the end of the world. Now, what we're going to do is immediately cast Flame Shock on Agatha here. And then we're going to cast 1 Chain Lightning to kill these ads. Then I'm going to cast a Lava Burst to increase my Earth Shock damage. I'm in no rush to kill these guys. After we get that Flame Shock off, we Earth Shock. Then we're going to cast our Chain Lightning again, and then we'll get another Earth Shock in. Actually, I didn't quite get enough Maelstrom because one of them died to get our next Earth Shock in. Agatha's Vengeance goes off, and we're going to cast our Slow Totem right here in the middle of the room. Sometimes it doesn't always hit them. In this case, it did get both of them, which is lucky. Oftentimes, one of these runs off, which is why I have Frost Shock bound just in case to continue to slow it down. We get a kick here, and we finish off the other healing ad. This Imp Servant heals. Now, these Fuming Imps, if you can kill them, I highly recommend doing it. It makes your life a lot easier, but the amount of DPS you spend focusing them, it's kind of offsetting. And on top of that, you don't always get a clean kill on them anyways. You sometimes have to commit resources to killing them. I just opt to try to get them into decent spots. And honestly, you'll see at the end, I just struggle with the plague the entire time. I spend almost no effort trying to kill them. I do recommend you kill them if you can, or you just go with my route and just let them all blow up and just don't worry about it. Again, we're doing our DPS rotation. As soon as our earth elementals goes down, we're going to cast our fire elemental. Make sure you keep chain lightning on too. That can help with killing the ads if you're planning to kill it. It does melee you a little bit sometimes. Honestly, not the end of the world either way. With Dark Fury, we're going to kick the first one, and then we're going to keep DPSing. I cast a healing stream totem here so that I can stand in some of these purple circles. It helps keep my DPS uptime really high. I kind of messed up here. I should have cast my slow totem, but I forgot. Either way, we had Stormkeeper up to finish off the ads after we killed one with the Flame Shock Lava Burst combo. And then we're just going to keep DPSing. Honestly, we're just blasting. I stopped using Unbridled Fury because they were so expensive, but Unbridled Fury will definitely help you push this phase a lot faster if you want, and if you're a rich boy. I am a broke boy, so we didn't use it. Now with this Plague Zone, I decided to kill this guy, try to clean up some of the mess here. But look, it took it took an entire lava burst, and I didn't even kill the dude. So again, that type of situation happens pretty often where it just feels like it's not doing anything. So I just let him blow up. You have to use my Incap totem here to stop them from healing. The slow totem missed one, and I just wasn't pre-casting ahead of time enough. There was another Stormkeeper here to clean up the protection ads. We also got one of the plague ads. Me pulling up my character screen there was just a fat finger. But again, you're just going to keep DPSing. Now, for this phase, the Elemental Shaman's much easier, but things get a lot tougher for us when we start getting into the tighter space. We still have the purple mechanics that we have to dodge, and we're going to have to start dodging these balls. It makes casting really, really hard, and this is probably the most difficult portion of this fight. I haven't committed Lust yet. I'll probably wait till we're in the down phase to get the Lust. And right there, my plan was to use this pushback ability that we have, but I wasn't close enough and I missed. So now we're kind of up shit creek. We're going to need to kill this one and kick this one, but my kick is on cooldown. So we're just going to sit here and it's going to have to heal, unfortunately. Got knocked back by the plague thing. Not the end of the world. But now we're going to have to start healing ourselves a little bit because... honestly, we've stood in too many mechanics at this point. So we got Stormkeeper out again, easily cleaned up the ads, kill these guys. Agatha's Vengeance is going to be coming up again shortly. So we got our slow totem down. That was us spinning around. We're using our trinkets on cooldown. There we go. That was the thing. If you can, this is actually this is a haste or an int buff or something like that. So it kind of sucks that we have this fuming imp on us because that means we won't really be able to utilize this. I moved back so that he would not blast me, but now he's taking up our int buff here. Feels bad, man. So we're going to be here forever because Agatha got healed quite a bit when those two ads basically went unchecked after we missed our knockback. At 35%, a lot of times Agatha will switch to the down phase, kind of depending on how long it takes you to get there. If you blast her, sometimes she'll teleport down at lower percents, but again, that healing thing really set us back. We get a slowdown and we push our plague zone to a more appropriate area, or at least we tried. And now we have to dodge balls again while simultaneously trying to get some casts in. Now, see, this is the spot. So we should have had Stormkeeper out prior to these ads being up. So now we're going to start being more and more behind in subsequent Stormkeepers. Not the end of the world, but it definitely increases your damage taken when you're getting fire bolted by these imps. We turn and try to get some of these imps down, get a stun down, because I think we're going to need to kick Dark Fury soon. Oh, we actually ended up having to kick the imp servant there. Not a big deal. Another plague guy goes out. We try to get it into a good position. We have to dodge this, so we're going to take some damage from standing in this lava. It looks like ooze, but it does the same amount of damage as standing in lava. Didn't get much percent there. We've only decreased her health at this point by about 7% since we've gone to the down phase. I did get a quick kill on the Dark Fury there with an Earth Shock, so that's not bad. Our kick is almost up again, so we'll get another one here. And again, our Stormkeeper's a second behind, and now it's going to be 2 seconds behind. And also, I had to stop casting there because of the plague guy, and our health is in really rough shape. This plague stuff does actually quite a bit of damage, so getting stuck in it is brutal. And again, now we're actually you have even less percent because the healing ads were able to heal there for a second while we were trying to deal with the Stormkeeper, and the plague guy. Again, slows a little late, but we got lucky. She ported, so now we'll be able to. Those ads are gonna take forever to come all the way back. If they don't get into range of her, they're actually going to attack you instead of going up to heal her. So now right here, I basically can just free cast on these guys without having to worry about specifically them going to heal Agatha. But another set is going to come out soon. Again, our Stormkeeper is kind of delayed. We're going to cast it now, and then we're going to get some damage on these ads. I casted Lust here because I think that like I'm in decent enough shape to try to get the kill. I generally hold Lust until I think that like a kill is for sure in my sights. We're basically just going to rinse and repeat this. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because honestly, what we do here is just heal ourselves, dodge, not cast, fucking let this guy heal forever, over and over again. Like basically that's just the bane of our existence. It's a war of attrition at this point. We're just going to keep slowly whittling her down while we dodge balls and dodge purple and dodge things and fat finger our C button. And that's it, over and over again. 4. Get our pre-slowdown, that's good. And our Stormkeeper's now 7 seconds behind, so we're gonna have to hard cast Chain Lightning, which feels terrible. It's even worse here because now the Imp Servants are in. I was able to drop a slow there. Actually, that was my Incap Totem, so this is gonna be a sick Incap Totem. What this is gonna do is let us cast our Stormkeeper without her healing, and then we're gonna blast these dudes. Basically because that imp back there should have been continuing to give her immunity, but when she ported, the immunity is no longer there. I'm just gonna let that dude beat on me. He's gonna keep chain casting Firebolt from behind me forever. So it's just additional damage that we're now taking, and we have to keep in mind. That was a terrible placement on the Plague Zone. This is now taking up the remainder of my area, but since I'm at 6.7%, I'm basically just going for it. It'll be a tragedy if I wipe here, huh? And we were able to get the kill.
Let's go!
All right, fam. That's it. That's all you need. To beat Agatha. I do think Elemental Shaman is probably one of the easier ones, but Agatha in general is easier from what I've been told. Frost DK, Unholy DK is also part of this challenge mode. I hear that's really easy. And also I did Fury Warrior. I was able to do Fury Warrior in sub 20 attempts, whereas Elemental Shaman I think took me like 150 or 200 or something like that. This one took me a long time to get. As you can see, it's really, really tough. There's a lot of moving parts and there's a lot of things to manage. So if you're just looking to do this Mage Tower simply so that you can get the completion on it, so you can get your Spell Tome, I definitely recommend doing Fury Warrior instead. It's really, really easy. I'll have a guide on that soon. However, if you're planning to go for all 36 out of 36, I do think this is probably going to be one of the easier ones for you to get completed if you're looking to get that feat of strength. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if it helped you out, please consider subscribing, giving it a like. Have a good day. Peace.